it's with you, everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like...
Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hello if you're new, it's lovely to have you and I hope you choose to stick around and subscribe. It's completely free, it just means that I pop up in your subscription box every time I upload a new video. On to today's video, and I thought I would do a little bit of a day in the life slash update you on a few things. Yeah, there's a lot going on at the minute, so I kind of wanted to address it now before like I film any other vlogs and things appear or disappear in the background. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to sit down and explain a few things. So as I film this, it is currently 8:24 on a Wednesday. First things first, probably to explain, Nelly is asleep, and by asleep I mean already gone down for her first nap, hence why I look like this. We're trying to get her into a bit more of a routine, and I've decided to do something that originally I never wanted to do, and that is wake her up at a specific time each day. I'm so tired. So my goal is to wake her up every morning at 7 o'clock, because then that means that her first nap is like 9:30, 10, and then she's like awake for about 2.5 hours, and then she goes down for another nap. The main reason for this is because we were finding that her bedtime was getting so late. It wasn't like until 11 o'clock, and that's just not sustainable for our lifestyle. Ash gets up for work and leaves between 2 and 3 most mornings, so like surviving on like 2 or 3 hours sleep just wasn't the one, and it was just putting a strain on everything really. So I decided that I was going to try and add more structure. I also think I've got a bit of a cold coming, so apologies. But yeah, so I thought I would do that because we were finding that her naps, she would go down to 2 naps, which is what she's meant to do anyway. Yesterday she did have 3 naps, I think. Well, kind of. But her second nap, when she was like waking up by herself, she wasn't waking until like 9 o'clock, and she'd seemed to have got herself in her own routine with that, which, you know, babies do, and that's absolutely fine. But by waking up then, she wasn't having her first nap until lunchtime, and then she needed a second nap because she couldn't cope with staying awake for such a long length of time. But then her second nap wasn't until like 4 o'clock, and then she wouldn't wake up until 6, and then it was just a whole fiasco, and it was getting later and later, and yeah, it just, something needed to change. So we decided to, or I decided to add more structure. So now she wakes up at a certain time and goes to bed roughly at a certain time. Now this has only been taking place during the last week or so that I'm filming this, so it might not work, but so far it's been okay. I say yesterday she had 3 naps. She wouldn't have had 3 naps, she would have had 2 and then just gone to bed as normal. However, we have started the weaning journey, which I'm kind of happy about, but at the same time it's a little bit daunting, it's a little bit stressful, and yeah, it is what it is. We're still getting to grips with it, to be honest. I've been weaning for just over a month, probably 2 months now coming up, I'd say. And do I feel any more comfortable with it? No, not in the slightest. We've decided to mainly go down the route of ready-made jars, which I know are not always the best, and so many people prefer baby-led weaning. Don't get me wrong, she has snacks, but I'm kind of glad I didn't do the baby-led weaning full on, because yeah, it is intense. She's had a couple of periods where she's choked, and ended up thankfully coughing up what she was choking on, but where she's choked, like, she's thrown up everywhere. And I just think, like, if I was doing baby-led weaning, I think my anxiety would be way too high. So we're doing jars and pouches for now, and then yeah, just progressing slowly. She did have a bit of an allergic reaction to, I made her a banana pancake. It wasn't the first time she'd had them, but she came up in a bit of a rash, so I need to work that out a little bit, and just try and find the cause, or whether it was a one-off, or whether I was wearing perfume that day and that was the rash and it just so happened to tie in at the same time. I don't know, we just need to work that out a little bit more. But where we started the weaning journey, Nellie is a bit bunged up, to say the least, and last night, what should have been 2 naps and a full-time sleep, she woke up about an hour and a half into her like full-time sleep, because clearly in her sleep, or like in her like doziness, she was trying to go for a poo. This is probably a bit TMI, but this is a parenting, like, mum life channel, so keeping it real over here. But yeah, she tried going for a poo and she was literally screaming in agony, so much so that we took like the nappy off and everything, and it sounds really grim, but we ended up like semi-watching it, and we were like willing her to push it out, and to be honest, it brought tears to my eyes seeing how solid it was, and I thought, oh gosh, like, you poor girl. But she did do it, so I'm hoping that that's kind of like the catalyst to start things moving again, because it's been a tough old time, I have to say. Obviously when you're uncomfortable, if you're like bunged up and whatnot, we all know it's uncomfortable, and she's very clearly uncomfortable and a bit whingy and a bit off her food and drink because she's full. She feels full all the time. So it's been a little bit of a testing time, but that meant that then it took us a good like hour or so to get her back to normal so that she would go down to sleep. So yeah, normally it's 2 naps, but you could kind of say that last night was a 3rd nap. So yeah, we didn't have the best night's sleep last night, but it is what it is. She's like, I don't know if she's doing it in her sleep or if she's waking up, but she's going like this with her fist on the camera. Obviously she's in her big girl cot now. We went through a phase of using sleep bags because that was the only way she would settle and stop like putting her feet through all the bars. And then all of a sudden she decided she didn't want to be in sleep bags, so she's now just in a sleep suit. However, it is getting cold. It is 20 degrees exactly at the moment, and I woke up cold with a duvet on, so I can only imagine she woke up cold. So I'm gonna try again with a sleep bag maybe later and see if she'll settle. It's just like difficult. It's not quite cold enough for like the thicker togs, but it's like too cold to be like vest and sleep bag, if that makes sense, because we've got that Velux window as well in our bedroom. Like, that gets quite cold. When it's cold, you can feel it coming through there. So it's a little bit difficult at the minute. It's not like one thing or another, and then like one day it's warm and the next it's cold, and it's a whole thing. So yeah, I need to sort that out, because I don't know if she woke up, because basically, although I set my alarm for 7, she woke up at 6 today and yesterday. But I've got a feeling she's waking up because she's cold, and I know they say that it's better for babies to be cold than hot, because obviously a cold baby, they always say a cold baby cries, a warm baby dies. So, you know, it's better to be colder than hotter, but I I just feel a little bit bad for her. So yeah, that kind of gives you a little update on Nelly. I think this is probably the best time to touch on my other baby Trixie. If you follow me over on Instagram, you will have seen that sadly Trixie was involved in a dog attack. Obviously she lives with my mum and dad because we weren't allowed pets here, and to be honest I couldn't move her away from everything she'd ever known. At her age, like, I just don't think she would have coped, and I think she would have pined from my dad too much because they're literally thick as thieves. So I had a phone call at about 11:30. I don't even know what day it was. I think it was either last Monday or Tuesday. Basically my mum was like hysterical because they just had to take Trix to the emergency vets, which is in a different town anyway. The vets that Trix is registered to is within a Pets at Home, so obviously they're only open during shop hours. So they do have an emergency vet that they use, but it's in the next town, so that obviously takes time to get there anyway. But basically mum was walking Trix for her little evening walk, her little evening trotskis as we call it, just to like get ready to settle down for the night, and this Alsatian came out of nowhere and just went straight for her, straight by the neck, was shaking her around like a rag doll apparently, with the intent to kill. That was, you know, there was no playing or no like aggressiveness between two dogs. It was just pure, I've seen a dog that I'm gonna kill. Whilst I can't go into too much detail, the owner is doing the right thing and paying the vet bills. Do I think the dog needs training? Yes. Do I think something needs to happen with the owner in terms of either a prosecution or being made to do these training classes and be held accountable? Yes. Do I think that Alsatian should be put down or destroyed, as they call it? No, because unfortunately dogs are very much what you make them. The majority of the time, I know there are certain instances, but when you have especially like Alsatian security guardian type dogs, they need a lot of work, a lot of training and a lot of effort put in, and unfortunately in this case I don't think that's happened, and I think personally the owner has failed their dog for it to get to this point. They maintained that it had slipped the lead and it was a pure accident and nothing like this had ever happened before. They just don't like other dogs, which I don't believe for a second, because after the attack it came to light that two other people that live around the area of like my mum and dad had also had incidences with this dog, but their dogs were lucky in that it was stopped in time. So one of them, this other owner, shouted at him, "Put your dog on a lead before there's an accident," and another one picked up the dog just in time before it got to it. But obviously in this case it was dark, it was quiet, just going like about your business. Just didn't, you wouldn't anticipate it as such. Obviously now we would. So yeah, there's a lot of ifs and buts and blah blah blah. In terms of Trix, she is doing okay. Surprisingly, she had 3 big puncture wounds on her neck and she was bleeding out, and they were worried about infections, and she was a bit up and down to start with. They were saying they were going to operate and then they decided that they couldn't because of her age and other issues like her epilepsy and stuff. So we were kind of a bit like, what happens next? She has since had the wounds or at least one of them stapled, to try and let it heal. They did say they were going to cut off some dead skin, which thankfully they didn't, because it turned out it was actually her artery sticking out. So that's kind of been, it sounds grim, but pushed back in and stapled over, in the hope that it all forms and heals around. But obviously if she knocks it, catches it, scratches it, you know, she's going to bleed out. So whilst she is doing better, she's not out of the woods, and yeah, it's a very stressful situation, and we're just having to take each day as it comes. She did surprise me because she did go out for a walk pretty much the next road of where it happened, and she was quite happy to go out and about. So psychologically at the minute she's doing okay, but I don't know if she sees like another dog or a bigger dog or an Alsatian, or feels in that similar situation, whether it will bring it back like at a later date, I don't know. But for now she's doing okay, she's doing the best that she can. She's on a lot of medication though, and she can't really bite down and chew on anything, but we don't know if that's because of damage to nerves and stuff in her neck, whether it's bruising or whether it's something that unfortunately is going to be a lifelong thing. We just don't know. So yeah, as you can imagine, it's been a very testing time. I'm trying to stay positive. Believe me when I'm like smiling and talking about this now, like it has taken a week and a half to get to this point. Yeah, it's been hard. I'm just very, very grateful that I film quite a lot of vlogs so far in advance, especially when it's like days out and stuff like that, because it's kind of meant that I can still upload the videos. Like I'd filmed a couple of weeks before that, I'd filmed like several hauls. I'd filmed like my Shein haul and a collective haul and things like that. We'd been to a couple of like show type things which I did day in their lives. The weekend before it happened, like we come home on that Monday from a weekend away in the caravan, so like I'd vlog bits of that. So in terms of the actual vlogs, no one would notice, but I basically have taken a week off because I just couldn't focus on anything. I've got emails and people chasing me coming out of my ears, but I couldn't do anything. I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't concentrate on anything. It was hard enough just trying to look after Nelly whilst all this was going on, especially being so far away as well. I haven't actually been able to get down to see her yet, partly because I don't want to. Now, I know that sounds really odd, but when she sees me, I don't even know if I've got it on camera. I think Ash did at one point, but God knows where that clips to. But when she sees me, she gets so excited and so jumpy and things, because obviously she doesn't get to see me every day now. But when she does see me, she's so excitable and so happy and whatnot, that like I sat down and I thought about it, and being selfish, what I wanted was to bomb straight down there, give her the biggest cuddles I could and look after her myself. But knowing how excited she gets, I kind of had to put aside how I felt, and let her heal, because I know that if she were to see me too soon, she'd probably try and be a bouncy, happy self and end up doing more damage than was good for her. So yeah, I had to take that decision to let her heal a bit before I could give her a cuddle, which, don't get me wrong, has been so hard, because like I say, all I've wanted to do is wrap her up in cotton wool and keep her safe and look after myself, but obviously I can't. So I've been trying to focus on Nelly as much as I can, just getting through each day, which brings me on to the next subject, because there is even more going on, which is kind of the main reason why I needed to film this video, because it would be obvious straight away what is going on. But we are moving, finally. We are moving down to Somerset, which I'm so excited about. If you've been around on this channel for a while, you'll know that Somerset does have my heart. It's where I'm from. And whilst we moved into Wiltshire, because it was the right thing to do for our family, like, I can't lie and say that it's been easy, because it hasn't. I've missed family, I've missed friends, and whilst I'm going to miss family up here, I just think it's kind of the right thing to do. We've been given this amazing opportunity that we can move into a house instead of being in this flat. So obviously it means that I can let Nelly have a garden, and even just for myself, like, sit out, obviously not when it's cold, but like I can envisage, you know, like next spring, summer, sitting out early doors with my cup of tea, just getting like 5 minutes of fresh air. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Being closer to Trix is obviously number one, especially now. I think this year has been such a roller coaster of emotions, and so much has happened within my family that I feel I've been too far away from. It's not to say like things don't happen or won't happen in Ash's family, you know, and it is a very difficult thing when you come from two different areas and you come together and make your own family. It is really hard to navigate. But like losing Nan and not being able to be there, you know. Obviously I did get to go and see her when she was in the hospital, and in my heart of heart I knew that I was saying goodbye. But it was still difficult because she'd clung on for like another couple of weeks, and you know, I could have potentially, if I had been closer, I could have potentially have seen her when she was awake, because the whole time I was there she was asleep, although I do believe she knew I was there. I didn't actually get to see her awake. Like, I spoke to her on FaceTime and stuff, and obviously she got to see Nelly, and she was waving at her and stuff, but it wasn't the same. And then yeah, other things have happened whereby I wish I had been closer, and then I think this with Trix was the final straw, although it was already like noted that we were going to be moving. This just kind of reinforced that I'm making the right decision, and yeah, it's been that little bit of like, I knew I was moving, but it just didn't happen quick enough. So yeah, we will be moving. So we are currently mid packing up stuff, which is kind of why I wanted to sit down and chat to you in this video, because there is a lot of obviously gaps. I can't really show you that way because of the window, but like the model planes that are on the unit behind, they've all been packed up by one. Ash wanted to leave one out. Like all the ornaments and stuff around the TV, they've all gone. The DVDs have all gone. Packing up with a baby with no support is very difficult. Don't get me wrong, like Ash's family have offered to take Nelly for a walk and stuff like that, but at the minute she's so difficult. She's gone for a phase where she won't go to anybody else. I think, touch wood, she's coming out of that phase. However, where she's obviously so uncomfortable and in pain, like she's just really grisly and hard work. So whilst like Ash's family, who are a bit closer, have, you know, offered, it is a difficult one, because you kind of want to pack up in the daytime, because by the evening you're exhausted anyway. But you know, in the evening it's kind of like tea, bath time, bed. Like it's just go. You just don't get that chance. So we're muddling through as best we can. As I film this, I've basically got 2 weeks until we move. So not long at all. And yeah, I feel like not enough has been done, but it's so difficult because so much of the stuff that we have we still need to use. I went through and packed away a lot of my clothes, which feels a little bit better. I've still obviously got quite a bit out at the minute, mainly because in amongst all of this chaos, we've also got 2 more air shows to go to. I know, call me crazy. It's basically, we've got 2 air shows, like we've got an air show this weekend, we've got an air show next weekend, and then the following weekend is moving weekend. And we've given notice as well on the flat, so we have to be out that weekend. It's not like we can defer it or anything like that. So yeah, I don't do things by halves, but I'm hoping to maybe take a couple of car loads down in the next couple of weeks of some of the stuff that we don't need. We've had a little bit of not a setback, but like we've had to pause on taking stuff down because the house that we're moving into has been having carpets laid and a few other bits done, which I will show in a future video. But because of that, we haven't been able to take stuff down because there's nowhere to put it, because the floors are all being done. And yeah, it's stressful. Hopefully we can take a couple of car loads down, which will maybe make it look like we've actually made progress. I don't know if it will or not, but that is the plan. And yeah, I just thought I would take you along on this journey and show snippets and whatnot. And obviously, like, I enjoy doing YouTube. It's something I've loved for a very long time, and whilst maybe I don't have the most subscribers, the people that do watch often send me like messages and leave comments and just support me in other ways, which I'm so grateful for. I was once told that I shouldn't make these kind of videos because it was just attention seeking and it was just stupid. But to me, it's just like a little creative outlet. Like, I can document a little bit of my day, and also I watch a lot of videos similar to what I make. Obviously some of them are better made than mine and people are more successful, but that doesn't bother me. I just like watching real life and seeing how other people navigate certain journeys. Like, for instance, right now on the TV I'm halfway through Ottie's 3rd birthday party from Zoella, or Zoe Sub now as she's known. So, you know, like, I very much watch kind of similar stuff. So I kind of wanted to document this little bit of a journey because it is a new chapter. Fingers crossed we won't be moving ever again, because it's honestly mind baffling how much there is to do. I've moved before. Obviously I moved into here, but like, I've moved out of somewhere before when I broke up with my ex. But that was done within 6 hours, spread between 3 people, like myself and 2, mum and dad. Yeah, that was literally like, I'm moving out, I have to be out today, done. Whereas this whole like taking your time and boxing bits up in between when you've got 10 minutes, I'm finding so much harder. But yeah, so I just thought I would document a little bit of this chapter, and I know it's been a bit rambly so far, but I just wanted to kind of sit down and explain a few things, because like I say, you're going to see things that have moved in the background. There might be like a time lapse of me packing up a box, or you might think, what the hell is going on, and stuff like that. Or you might think, oh, Nellie's having too much screen time, which I'm not averse to screen time. I know they shouldn't have too much, but right now, if that's the only way, if she can just sit quietly in her bouncer and that's the only way that she's not grizzling because her tummy's hurting her, then unfortunately so be it for now. I'm just winging it and we're getting better through the best way we can. And whilst, you know, if I was to document my whole day, which I never do, to be fair, I always cut it off short because I ramble too much. But if I was to show my whole day, you'd probably think, yeah, she has too much screen time. But we do break it up with a lot of activities in between, some of which I don't film, some of which I do. So yeah, it's just one of them. Like, people can hate on me as much as they want, but if that's what's needed to get through all of the things I've got going on in my life right now, then so be it. But right now I am going to nip to loo because I'm so desperate. I wanted to film this little clip. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly nip to the loo, and then if Nelly hasn't woken up, I'm gonna try and empty the glass cabinet, which is behind you currently, of those bits, and see if I can box them up, because I bought some plastic boxes. I filled one with books, which is now so heavy we can barely lift it, so I may have to split that down into two. And then I basically bought 4 in total, so one's got books in, and then I'm gonna box up the cabinet and just like any other breakable ornaments that are lying around, which I can then, like I say, box up, and then I can see if I've got any space left for boxes. I might be able to pack away some of Nellie's toys as well, just like she's got some large animals. She's got a big Peter Rabbit, she's got a big, is it Pooh? Something like that, Poe? I don't know what it's called. Anyway, the pig from Disney. And she's got like a couple like singing animals. Mum bought her like for Easter, like a singing lamb. So like things like that could probably be boxed away in the next few days. I can also box up her next size up clothes. She's just gone into 6 to 9 months, but I've got quite a bit of 9 to 12 months just laying around, so that can be boxed up ready to go. But yeah, it's just so difficult because there's so much that we're still using. But I think if I can but pack up all of the ornaments, it might look a bit clear. I need to pack up some more of my stuff in the bedroom, but unfortunately I just never get the time to do that because either Nellie's napping like she is now, or then she's down here, where obviously I've got to keep an eye on her. So yeah, I just never quite, and like now she's stirring. She might stay asleep for a bit longer, I don't know. But yeah, so I just never realistically get down there, which is not fun. Anyway, that is the little update. I say little, I think I've probably been talking for well over half an hour now. But yeah, I'm just gonna, maybe I'll just take you along on a little bit of my morning. I probably won't get to do it all day because I think it's probably going to be a little bit too long otherwise. But yeah, I'm just gonna take you along for a little bit and see how much we can get done, and let this be the motivation to actually get stuff done. Otherwise it's literally a vlog of me talking.
Be
it doesn't look like much, but I have managed to pack up, I'd say like half a box, so that's not too bad. So that is cleared like some of the top and just that first shelf, but I've still got all of that in there to do. But Madam is awake, so let's go and get her. Oh, and by the way, do you like my sea of boxes? Hello! Did you have a good sleep? Did you have a good sleep? With your little sleep suit on with little planes on, haven't you? You got little planes on? You can't have that, Bubba. You playing? Ladylike as ever. Well, Nelly has just had her lunch and now gone down for a nap. I don't know how long this nap's going to be fair, because she's already woken up twice crying out in pain because obviously she's trying to go to the toilet. So we shall see how that goes. But she's been having like more water than she would normally and stuff, and I think it's doing the job, so fingers crossed. But I've just had an exciting delivery because of course when I'm in the midst of moving, unpacking and all that jazz, I do a little bit of online shopping. I mean, it's me, I'm gonna, aren't I? So anyway, I ordered the, how do you say it, Ingenuity Keep Cozy, and it's this bouncer. It's hard because it's heavy, but it's this bouncer here, which you might be thinking you've already got a bouncer, which is it red? Oh no, Bambino. This was the Bambino bouncer, which Nelly has had from birth, and she absolutely loves sitting in it, to be fair. However, she is pretty much nearly at the weight limit for that one. And I'm so conscious that it's gonna tear and give way and she's gonna hurt herself. So I've ordered this one, which is for 3 to 18 kilos. It's a 3-in-1 Grow With Me, Bounce and Rock seat. So obviously she doesn't need the newborn bit, that's for sure. But I just thought it would be actually quite a nice seat for her to sit in. And then we can retire, as sad as I am, we can retire this one, which to be fair has seen better days. Like, it's grim, it really is grim. I never quite understand why it's hand wash only, but there we go. I reckon anybody that does anything for babies that is hand wash only has never had a baby. But anyway, so I'm going to get it out of the box and see if I can put it together. I'm not very good at putting stuff together. Everything I put together, I usually do one thing slightly wrong and then it gets stuck and then it's all a big fiasco. So I'm going to attempt it anyway, and then when Nelly wakes up she can see what she thinks of it. No, my luck, she'll probably hate it, but yeah, I'm excited. What does it say? Includes 3 modes: bouncing, rocking or stationary seat with rear kickstand. Removable newborn bolster for long lasting comfort. Well, that won't be used. Soothing vibrations help calm baby. For newborns and toddlers up to £40. So yeah, I got it from Smith's Toys because I had a voucher. I didn't really know what else to buy because, let's face it, their toys are really expensive and I can buy them second hand. So whilst I could buy one of these second hand as well, everyone that I've seen like in charity shops and at car boot sales, they end up as grubby as this seat here. So I thought I'd just get a new one, and then at least I know that if it's grubby, if we have like any more children or I pass it on, I can just know peace of mind that it's like my grubbiness, if that makes sense, like my baby's grubbiness, you know, because you just don't know, that's the thing. And a couple of them I've looked at and I thought they look like they've been mouldy and washed, which obviously you don't want anything mouldy around a baby. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get it out of the box and see what we think. Do you know what? This looks like hard work and all the instructions are in German, so I think I'm going to put it to one side and wait for Ash. But I can quickly show you the pattern. So this is the pattern I went for. I'll try and leave it on screen what it was called because I'm sure it had a name. It is just the like green version. I think they did pink as well. They might have done blue. There were several different options, but I thought green was a nice safe bet, and actually that feels quite like white cleanable, you know? I don't know. It just looks a bit confusing. Like I really want to do it to say I've done it and so that Nelly can thing it, but it just looks difficult. So I'm going to hold off. A little job for Ash when he gets in. Apologies if you're on a little bit of a wonk, but I've taken you off of the stand tripod thing and I'm being lazy. I can't be bothered to get back up, you know? But I was going to show you the other bits that I've ordered because they're actually going to Mum's house so that then she can drop them over to our new home rather than it coming here and then I've got to pack it straight up anyway. But I ordered this. How adorable is this? So I've ordered this little bangle with like Celtic hearts all around it for Nelly for her first birthday. So obviously I'm a little bit premature, but it was on sale. And I just wanted to get the one I wanted whilst it was in stock, so that like I've got it and then I can just put it to one side. Once we've moved, I'm gonna use one of the boxes and put all of like Nelly's birthday stuff in it so it's ready to go, all organised. So yeah, I ordered that. That was from H. Samuel. I then also ordered, but I don't know if there's going to be a photo of it. I ordered from Next. They haven't got the exact ones, but they're very similar to this, so I'll probably show them in a vlog anyway. But I picked Nelly up. I'm going to focus. Some little gold pumps like this. They're slightly different. These are the like updated version. I picked up the ones that were like last season's ones. So they were like a £5. But I just thought they'd be so cute for her first birthday. I wanted to get her some like little shoes like that for her first birthday. So I thought how cute to put them in like her memory box and stuff. And then she can look back on it in years to come, and so can I when I'm getting all emotional. And then the other stuff that I've ordered, I've gone on a bit of a panic because when I was getting Nelly's clothes in 6 to 9 months, I got a few summery bits because I wasn't sure what the weather was going to be like. So there's a few like rompers and stuff in there, which ordinarily would be fine. However, it's gone cold, but we're not really putting the heating on all that much where we can help it because we don't want to have to top up the gas and then lose money, etc. from it. So I've gone on a bit of a splurge and ordered some bits off of Vinted. I know I could show you when they get here, but the chances are with everything else going on, I'll probably forget. So I've ordered this, I'm trying to cover the person's name up, this dress, which some of you might recognise because Nelly actually had this one, I don't know if it was 0 to 3 or 3 to 6, but one of the blokes that Ash works with bought Nelly this when we had her. It did come with tights, but they haven't got the tights in this listing, but other than that it's new with tags, and a lot less than what it was originally. And then from the same person I also bundled it together with, how cute are these tops? Like I quite want these tops myself, just some long sleeve basic tops, and the back one is leopard print, which we all know I love a bit of leopard print, so I ordered them. I also saw this and I couldn't resist. My nan would have loved this. But how adorable. I don't know if it's really going to focus all that well. But it's just like a cable knit jumper with flowers on. I'd love a jumper like that. If they could do that in adult size, that would be amazing. And then this says it's a bundle of 4 items that I've put together. So I got this dress in 6 to 9 months because they're just really easy to throw on with like a pair of tights, and I've got loads of tights that have barely been used. Then this Peter Rabbit set, again 6 to 9 months. How cute is that? And then this bundle of 3 like sets, they're like outfits. I think actually, now I'm looking at it, I think they're the same as those t-shirts I've just bought, so maybe they kept the leggings, I don't know. But anyway, in like 3 sets, which I thought was super cute. And then in 9 to 12 months, because I always like to look through and see what else they've got that I can maybe get some discount on. But in 9 to 12, I picked up this like dress that I think is going to match her baby blankets that my mum made, where it's like all little pom-pommy type bits. So I thought they were really cute. And then I ordered another like thing that she had when she was little, which I loved. I've ordered this outfit here, which again somebody gifted us. It did come with a hat. I'll have to see if I can find the photo and put the photo up of Nelly actually wearing it. This was actually the outfit that Nelly wore to Nan's funeral, complete with a hat. She looked absolutely adorable in it. But yeah, I chose that at the time because I knew Nan would have loved the top on it, with all like lilac-y blue flowers on. So yeah, I've bought that in the hope that it arrives and I wash it in time and find it and everything, so that she can wear it on Nan's birthday, because I thought that would be quite sweet. So I managed to find that, and then this morning, about 10 minutes ago, I saw this dress, couldn't resist, and of course ordered it. There is a bit of a theme, I think, with how I dress her, quite girly and floral, but yeah, I just thought that was super cute as well, and that's 6 to 9 months. So I feel like maybe now I've got a few bits that she can wear. I suppose I better reply to Ash and I've raised a big moon at me. Yes, I feel like I've got a few bits that she can wear. The only thing I'm struggling with is leggings. Everything seems to be either like really bright colours, because obviously we've just had summer, and they're like really like hot pinks and like yellows and white, for example. I don't like putting Nelly in white leggings because she has a lot of poo explosions, so white leggings are just not the one. But at the same time, I also don't like putting a baby in black. It's something that Nan was always very conscious of. She didn't want a baby in black, and I think it's just like stuck in my mind the whole time. So Nelly doesn't own anything in black. I did get those black leggings from the car boot sale haul, but they went straight in the eBay box. I just can't bring myself to put her in black, so I'm on the lookout for some leggings, but nowhere seems to do them, and it's so frustrating. Or they do them, but there's only like one pair in them that I like, or they're like really garish prints, and I just want some like nice pastel colours. I suppose you would say more like spring colours, that will just go with everything. Like no patterns, nothing like that, because they won't go with her tops or her vests or her jumpers or whatnot, just basics, and it is so difficult to find them. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been ordering recently. I am now going to sit down whilst I've lost Nelly. Hang on. Where's that gone? Oh, it's behind me. I wanted... Okay, she's still asleep. she's stirring a bit, but I think she's all right. I think she's just in pain, bless her. I've given her some Calpol. But whilst Nelly naps, I am going to read my book, which I'm reading a series called A Ration Book. Oh, I'm looking over there when I say rare. A Ration Book. This is by Jean Fullerton, which I've read some before, and actually I read the first one in the series when it used to be under a different name. So I ended up reading the book twice. I am now on number 5 of 6, and yeah, it's been really, really good so far. I don't know if it's got, did I have the list of them? So it was A Ration Book Dream, which is the one I've read twice now, A Ration Book Christmas, A Ration Book Childhood, A Ration Book Wedding, and this is A Ration Book Daughter. And yeah, it's so good. It follows the Brogan family, and I'll be honest, if they ever fancied making like a TV drama like they used to, like Housewife 49, which I loved, and what was the other one called? Joe Madison's War. I've got that on DVD as well. Like a nice ITV Sunday night drama, then yeah, I would say they need to make one out of this, because it's got so many twists and turns in it. Feel like saga type books. It's got so many twists and turns in it, and it's featured like MI5 in it. It's featured obviously like the bombings, it's featured thefts, it's featured murder. What else have it featured? Just trying to think. Mosley's lot with like Nazi sympathisers. If you didn't know by the title of it, it is set during the Second World War. Yeah, it's got so much in it. The last one, which was A Ration Book Wedding, I believe, I'm just looking because I've got like a pile of them here, literally had me in tears towards the end, when all I could say is an unfit mother leaves their baby, who is like 9 months, so not much older than Nelly, in a cot, goes off to work, although she's like being pimped out by somebody, and yeah, leaves the baby in the cot, goes off, and there's an air raid, which at that point she would have known because there was an air raid every day, and the baby is found unconscious in its cot with the house burning around it, because the house next door had been blown to smithereens. And I tell you something, I sobbed my heart out, and I gave Nelly such a big cuddle when she woke back up, because yeah, it was just really harrowing. But having said that, it is a really good book to read. All of them have been really amazing, and I'm only a little way through. I've lost my bookmark though, so I'm guessing Nelly is having bookmarks somewhere. But yeah, really good, and highly recommend reading it. But I am gonna go now and read it. I'll probably end up falling asleep, let's face it. And then yeah, I probably will film a little bit into the afternoon / evening, maybe a couple clips here and there. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be all that much to film. I might just show you the bouncer when it's up, if Ash can get it done today, which would be amazing. But yeah. Oh. I just thought I would end this vlog by showing you the chair. It's actually quite large. It's larger than I thought it would be, but then I suppose because of the weight thing, it kind of had to be. But yeah, we've currently got it set up in like bouncer formation, but if you flick this little thing back under, then it becomes a rocking thing, or you can just have it stationary as a seat as well. And it's also got adjuster there, so technically it could lie flat or flatter for a little baby. But yeah, we did sit Nelly in it earlier and she absolutely loved it, so money well spent on that score. She is currently down to sleep. She's had a bath, she's had a bottle, and hopefully she will sleep all night, but we shall see. But yeah, apologies that this vlog has been mainly a bit of a chat and not much else, but hopefully it has updated you on a few things. As you can tell, it's absolutely freezing in here. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.